like Dad, keep Mark became the catchphrase off the wall. We stood alone. And when the blackout...
So I'm a mum of 2 disabled children, and one has got really complex care needs. So therefore, closing the roads off to us with a blue badge holder is totally and utterly discriminating. It's making my life really, really hard. It means I can't get from A to B. I've now got to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all around the houses. I can't do that. My son has a gastrostomy, and if his peg comes out, I have 20 minutes to get to him, and that's it. I ain't got 20 minutes. 20 minutes in rush hour, 20 minutes in Essex Road traffic is going to cause my son to not be able to go to school properly, or not be able to get to hospital appointments, or not be able to see respite care. He ain't going to be able to get to respite care. There's just so much. It's such a bigger picture, and if they'd just asked people in the first place, disability people, if this is going to make a massive difference to their life, and everybody that I know who's got a disabled child or a disabled person would have said yes, and that is the reason that I'm here, as a mother of a disabled child.
He played his game.
Oi, put that bloody line out!
We stood alone. When Winnie gave his sign, we sang the sea-free line. Have you any dirty washing, mother dear? And down our way, we said, let 'em come.
They don't like it up 'em, so don't panic, son.
When the chips are down, you can always run. Yes, we stood alone. We stood alone. We were the Home Guard then.
It was sheer folly, men, but the Scottish soldier always stood alone.
Right and true. We looked them in the eyes.
This is an important point, and it's a non-political point. 75 years ago, World War II ended with the surrender of Japan. Now, this is Islington's War Memorial. We've lost, or we've had parents, grandparents, great-grandparents who fought in World War II, so that we can do what we're doing today by protesting legally against an anti-democratic people in the town hall. They fought an anti-democratic party, i.e. the Nazi Party and the Empire of Japan. We won that war, so you guys can get a democratic voice, and you're not being heard. Okay? So, as a mark of respect to all those people who laid down the ultimate sacrifice, they gave their tomorrow for our today. We're going to hold a 2-minute silence here at Islington's War Memorial. We'll give you the nod. We're going to start now, and I'll give you the nod after 2 minutes. Thank you very much. And they're going down in the sun, and in the morning we will remember them. Round of applause. Thank you very much, Islington. Thank you very much. Onwards to the angel.
When walls had ears, my son, and be like Dad, keep Mark became the catchphrase off the wall. We stood alone. And when the blackout came, while Jerry played his game,
Oi, put that bloody line out!
we stood alone. When Winnie gave his sign, we sang the sea-free line.
Well done, Islington and surrounding boroughs. Thank you for coming out today on this Saturday. Thank you. This is your day. This is you. Okay? This isn't me not going. It's you guys. You guys. This is your streets. Your streets closed off. Your community's divided. Just like they did in East Germany. They woke up one morning and the road was a big brick wall running across it. And that's what they've done in Islington. But your views have not been taken on board, and that, in my opinion, is an assault on democracy. Right? It's an assault on democracy. If they were worried about democracy, they would have let you have your say. And the reason they didn't, because the answer would be a resounding no! No! It would be no to road closures, no to the division of communities, no to the effect on our elderly and disabled and our emergency services. It would be no. But there is a cohort and a cabal in that town hall who, without an effective opposition, are running rings around you all. And it's not just Islington, I'm telling you now. We have people from Tower Hamlets. It's the same problem. We've got people in Dulwich, in Lambeth, in Camden, loads of boroughs, Birmingham, Hackney even worse. Danbury Grove, all going to be closed off. You're not going to be able to go anywhere except on Shanks's pony or a bike. And I'm sorry, in the real world that we all live in, yeah, we can do that, but you do need a vehicle sometimes. Those of you who drive for a living, tradesmen, businessmen, that you need vehicles delivering to your buildings. The poor timber merchant on Essex Road has to now back a lorry in. Is that Mr. Edison there? Has to back a lorry in on the street. Are you a traffic marshal, sir? Are you a traffic marshal? No, but you're made to do, you're suddenly now a shop owner and a traffic marshal. See, because it's ill thought out, ill conceived and quickly rushed in. Now, you've all been told what the cats keep saying, they haven't met us. Well, I'm sorry. After the first protest, when they all come out, remember those of you who were there? Lindsay come out, the lady who was, the original chief executive was paid 160 in her first job, who's to earn herself 180 grand a year. She takes from you taxpayers, £180,000, and yet she could not make a decision. And what's the point of her then? Chocolate teapot, don't need it. What's going to happen now? This is going to continue, okay? This is going, but it's big. The more you look into it, the more it's spreading, okay? And it's a danger to our communities, to our most vulnerable, elderly and disabled people. I'm going to give you an example, okay? This is a prime example. A district nurse visits people in their homes so they don't have to go into hospital. They don't have the time now. Are you a district nurse? Are you a cancer nurse? Do you do home visits? Come here and talk. Come on. All right, so we've got cancer nurses. Do you visit people in their home? Do you visit people in their home?
I don't visit people in their homes, but I look after cancer patients, and because of the pandemic, I used to be able to use my car to travel to work because I'm going there to see vulnerable people. Unfortunately, they really don't care because the mayor is telling us don't use the tube, don't use the buses because of the COVID risk, but yet he puts the ULEZ up, he puts the congestion charge up, and now I can't even travel to work to see my patients. It's ridiculous. So I'm so glad you guys have all joined together today. Absolutely amazing, because it's about time the drivers did something about this community.
So as I said, the district nurse who needs to visit people don't have the time anymore because it takes 20 minutes to get round the block. Half an hour. Sorry, I could quickly do this and rush out. That person then ends up in hospital, okay? The ambulance crews that don't know the area, just get the closest ambulance to come and save you. Sorry, the road's blocked. We've got to lug all our equipment to your house. It's those things that have been forgotten about by the council because in their madness of shutting roads, okay? It's a disgrace, it's an assault on democracy, and please do not let them wave you by telling you are affluent, you're not a resident, you're a cab driver. That's neither here nor there. You are people of this borough who pay council tax to these people, and you are ignored constantly. This is Mr. David Kurten, and I'm just going to add one more thing. He's dealing with the axis of evil. The axis of evil is the Tory government giving the money out for this, the Labour council's implementing it, and Mr. Sadiq Khan, who's also destroying this city, right? Destroying it. Very much a big boo there. David, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for coming out here and standing up for London and standing up for freedom. Because this city is the home of freedom, and what's happening now is so wrong. What's happening now to our roads and our streets is destroying our neighbourhoods, it's destroying our communities, cars can't travel around, taxis, buses, emergency vehicles can't go to where they want to go, and democracy is being destroyed because Labour councillors, Tory councillors, Green councillors are not listening to the people who voted them in. I know that so many of you are finding things difficult and life difficult, and you're not getting what you want, and we're having our roads blocked off. These low traffic neighbourhoods are causing congestion all over the place, and it's not what you want. But I'll tell you what, I will stand up for you in the London Assembly. I'm going to stand in the London elections in 2021. And I just want to make London free again so that you have the city that you deserve once again, because that is what you should have.
Let's get richer! Everybody, let's get Richard out.
What about Rowena? Let's get Rowena out.
It's not really the beat though, is it? Okay, we're all here for a purpose. We're all here for one reason, and it's a good cause. And the cause is the street is not theirs. The street is yours. Okay, go for it. You've got one chance to say what you need. Everybody that's come out today, the streets are yours and you need to be free. Come on, hear it! Let's get Richard out! Everybody, let's get Richard out! Let's get Richard out! Come on, yeah! Let's get Richard out! Let's get Richard out! I can't hear ya! Let's get Richard out! Come on! Let's get Richard out! Everybody! Let's get Richard out! We are a big thank you! Round of applause!
Yes, we stood alone. We stood alone. When lesser men refused, we were the lads they used.
May I be excused?
We stood alone. The land girls cheered us too. They called us brave and true.
My name is Fred, we're from Tower Hamlets. Fred Hadley. We are representing Tower Hamlets people, residents, market traders. Roman Road Market's been here over 150 years, and now this is threatening the whole livelihood of the market. In the middle of a global pandemic, when there is thousands upon thousands of jobs being lost over loss of business, being closed, and the shutdown, the way that it's happened, under the guise of COVID, Tower Hamlets have used COVID to shut roads and streets for social distancing. We would like them to be reopened and the money to be ploughed back into the local businesses, i.e. give them business rate relief, resident Tower Hamlets, council tax relief, and Mayor Biggs has done nothing all the way through this. He's not been seen or heard of other than when he goes to a photo opportunity. So could we please get the councillors and all of the people of Tower Hamlets, Islington, Hackney, Southwark, Westminster to join together and get these, save all of our streets, because our streets are ours, not theirs.
But when the war was done, well, we felt the pinch. Yes, we stood alone.
This is the fourth demonstration. It's on a Saturday. We've actually got people from Tower Hamlets and Hackney here now, where they're going through similar sort of processes. There are a lot of disabled people here, and right, the weather's a bit inclement at the moment, but we're lucky. But it made you think, how can a young person or an elderly person who's disabled in a wheelchair get about when it's pouring down the rain? We're lucky we ain't rain at the moment, but how does that happen? They're giving no consideration, no thought whatsoever. And yet we're banging our heads against brick wall all the time, trying to get the council to talk to us. You get the cut and paste email standard reply. One of my colleagues, he see Rowena in the street the other day, and he pulled her up and said, how do I go and see my kids again? How do I get to the A12 from here? Her reply was, I don't know. Get onto Google Maps or Waze. Hang on, she's the one who's put all these road closures into place. If she don't know, elbow from her derriere, what are we supposed to do? But it's getting stronger. So I said, we've got other councils coming in where it's happening to them as well. This ain't going away.
Hello everyone, my name's Paul Ryan, I'm a driving instructor in the local area. I had a chat about it on Taxi Twitter on the last thing, on the first demo rather. Now what they're doing is they're putting so much road signage in that they're getting you to read an essay when you drive down the road, and it's not safe anymore. Your job is not to read essays driving down the road. There's supposed to be a few signs scattered about to make the road safer. What the councils are doing, all the local councils, is taking revenue away from their people, because they get tax money already, but they can't run a business. It's not enough, it doesn't suffice, because they don't know how to use it correctly. So what they're doing, in a bid to push the congestion charge out to the A406, is they're closing all the roads off with bus lane filters, giving everyone a £130 fine, no left turn, no right turn, and I spoke about this last time, and in the school zones, of which they're opening another 26 in Islington alone, they're putting diversionary signs up. There's no consistency to these. In some boroughs they're red with white writing and an oblong. They're diversionary signs in other areas with yellow writing, with yellow background with black writing. That's diversionary. And in another place it'd be a red randle, high up sometimes, so you don't really look at it. As I said, it's unfair, it's impossible, it's for revenue, and they're going to kill people where they've got people reading essays, driving down the road. I can tell you as a driving instructor, I've been driving for 34 years, I've never had a point on my licence. And all the 3 fines Islington Council have given me, I've contested and won, because they haven't got a clue about Highways Agency Acts. They just shit all over everything they're trying to do, and your rights and your liberty. Thank you very much for listening. Good luck in the future.
Well, as you can see, residents and local businesses have accumulated here today to demand an urgent review of LTN schemes. And I actually think they have a reasonable point, because they feel that autocratic councillors here in Islington are running roughshod over their democratic rights for their voices to be heard. And it's pretty despicable that a certain councillor chooses to go down the route of industrial bigotry to demonise a local profession instead of listening to local concerns, addressing the concerns of the most vulnerable in the community, enter into a dialogue with them and come to some kind of resolution. And this isn't the end of it. I can see this going on and on and on until the council choose to enter into meaningful negotiation.